Red button means we're live. A casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. Um, that was a wild one, wasn't that? Yesterday, the divisional round rematch from last year's playoffs, Rams Eagles. I mean, I had all these notes ready just to claim the Rams as this true contender that I've been waiting for them to have a dominant game, and they pulled it off. And how underwhelming Hurts and that Eagles passing game was, but I had to throw it all out because the Eagles flipped that game script upside down. Or should I say, Jalen Hurts flipped that game upside down in favor of the Eagles getting that win. I would like to point out that was Jalen Hurts' 17th straight win in games that he started and finished, which includes the Super Bowl, obviously. Now, I say that because I'm a known critic of Hurts at this point. I believe his job isn't all that hard, and his production is a bit of a tush-push merchant. But I got to give credit where credit's due, okay? He is one hell of a leader. He just is. And how big was he in that comeback, man? I mean, that was pretty much all him. Now, you can say he got lucky because he had a blocked game-winning field goal go as well. I mean, the team had 2 blocked field goals in that game. But at one point, his team was down 26-7. The offense was dead. I think at halftime, the team had a total of -1 passing yards. Hurts was atrocious, straight up. And at that point, he could have let his emotions get the best of him, started pressing, which would have led to interceptions. And it didn't happen because what is Hurts always in? Control. Okay, he never wavers whether he's up or down, and I got to praise him for that because that offense in the second half was put on his shoulders. Saquon was bottled up. He was asked to throw his team to a victory, and that's what he did. I mean, here's Hurts in the second half. He completed 70.8% of his passes for 209 yards in 3 touchdowns. I mean, this is someone who the first 10 quarters didn't have a passing touchdown on the season. All the scores were tush pushes, and he comes out firing in the second half. There's a complete change in the game offensively for him. Now, I still don't think this is a top 5 quarterback that his fanboys like to prop him up to be. As much as I want to praise him for that comeback, some of those throws weren't all that impressive. I mean, a lot of them were just A.J. Brown being a dog and just manhandling the defensive backs. But here's one thing I can't deny. That man is a winner, an elite one, an elite leader. It's in his DNA. There's no disputing. He's got all the traits that you want in a quarterback to win a Super Bowl and dial them up to 99 overall. He just does. I think at this point, it's not a coincidence that Hurts has won on every team he's played for at the high level. You're talking about Alabama. He took him to 2 national championships, albeit he did get benched for Tua in the one that they won. But then he transfers to Oklahoma, and he takes him to the college football playoff. And then he gets drafted to Philadelphia. And in his first year starting, he goes to the playoffs. And, of course, the rest is history. They appear at 2 Super Bowls. He wins the one last year. He's the Super Bowl MVP. I think Philly's like the winningest team in the league last 3 to 4 years. A lot of that's on Jalen Hurts. Now, I will say, he has been in some great situations, okay? Nick Saban, Dynasty, Bama. Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma, where he turned every quarterback into a Heisman Trophy winner. And then he gets drafted to an Eagles team that wins the Super Bowl 2 years before he shows up. And then when it's time to go win a Super Bowl, he's got A.J. Brown and then Saquon Barkley. He's been on a hell of a team, right? And it makes winning easy. But you can see, regardless of the situation, inside of Jalen Hurts is a winner. And he's done an excellent job just steadying the ship and making sure that they just don't flip overboard. Okay, and you can always tell this was in Jalen Hurts. I don't want to pull a Colin Cowherd here, but Hurts at the podium from day one, you can tell this is someone in command, a leader who doesn't let his emotions get the best of him, doesn't panic. I think in his interviews at the podium are just funny because you can just tell. I like to say that he aura farms. He talks in Instagram quotes, but he never freaks out. He never truly gets frustrated to the point where he starts pressing and the game just spirals out of control. No, he was locked in. I actually really liked what I saw on the first touchdown. I don't know if you guys caught it, to Dallas Goedert. He comes back to the sideline to his offensive coordinator, who might stink, by the way, and he just screams. I don't really see Jalen Hurts scream. That's how you know he won in that game bad, and that's how you know he was going to lock in. And he throws, of course, that key go-ahead touchdown on 4th and goal to Devonta Smith, and he is fired up. That's the leader you want on your team. Listen, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback. I don't know if he's elite. Really, again, I don't think his job's all that hard. He kind of plays on a bit of a super team. He doesn't make a bunch of wow plays every game like a Herbert, Allen, Lamar, those type of quarterbacks, even a Jaden Daniels, where you're like, oh my gosh, this guy's special. Don't really see that necessarily from Jalen Hurts. But again, here's one thing I can't say, that he's a loser. Sometimes a lot of these talented quarterbacks, who I believe are more talented than Jalen Hurts throughout the years, they can have all the talent in the world. But do they have winning or losing traits? And the thing with Jalen Hurts is he's got all these traits that say he's a winner. And that's why yesterday, as much, or the other day, as much as I said Jalen Hurts' job isn't all that hard, I never once said that any quarterback could have went to Philadelphia and won a Super Bowl. Because you need to be a winner to still command the ship or steady the ship. And Jalen Hurts, after this comeback, what you can't say about him is he's a loser. He's an excellent leader. Let me know what you guys think about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' comeback win. I appreciate everyone for tuning in this episode of A Casual Take. Follow me on Twitter at StephenPepper38. Until next time, see you.